since I gave you an update, and I am at the cabin and had a really good day. It's been a pretty good weekend. Picked up about 300 trees on Friday and did some planting today. I got about 100 of them in the ground. I got a ways to go, but I'll be back next weekend to finish those up. Did a bunch of pine trees. I've got a big field back there that I'm trying to break up so that when the deer come through, A, they've got some cover, and B, when they step into the field, they can't see all the way across. They have to go from section to section. So during the rut, it'll force the bucks to spend more time on the property searching around for does. So had a good time doing that. I guess that was really what I did for the majority of today. But I do have a Garage Mahal update, and I'll tell you, I don't know, can you fire a quitter? You always hear people say, you know, you're fired, and the guy says, you can't fire me, I quit. Well, this guy didn't really quit. He just quit showing up. So this guy's just a loser. Let me flip the camera around. I'll show you what's going on and tell you what steps I'm taking. All right, there's the barn, and doesn't look a whole lot different than what you saw the last time. He did some minor work. About 2 weeks ago, I told him, had a discussion with him, let him know that here's a list of things for week 1, here's a list of things for week 2. I was going to go on vacation for 2 weeks, and my plan was to fire him when I got back. So I just wanted to get as much work out of him as I could while I was gone. So I gave him a list of things to do. Well, one of the things on the list was to burn brush. He was responsible for site prep, and he had pushed a big pile of stuff behind the barn and told me he would burn it. So he kept complaining to me that he didn't have help and he couldn't do stuff without help. So I gave him a list of things he could do without help. One of those was burn brush. So Monday, Tuesday, he spent the day here burning brush, which didn't get me any closer on the barn, but hey, it ate up some hours and you know, made me feel a little bit better that I was getting something for my money. So that was Monday, Tuesday, and then he just quit showing up. And you know, this is where the barn's at. You can see the front, the man door is all framed up. You can see soffits are not done yet, and you can see the roof is not done. Windows aren't in. So the interesting thing was I decided, you know, he's done, and I'll just finish up the metal. So I came out here, started sorting through the metal to see what I had, and the first thing I realized is this ash gray, which is the top half, there was no more of that. So we needed 4 more sheets of that. He'd run out of metal. There was a big pile of charcoal gray, and I started going through it, and I found that it was his mistakes. So when he made a mistake, he put it on another pile, and he had a pile of mistakes. So when you look at this, the roof is not done. Well, guess what? He ran out of metal for the roof. The side is not done. Guess what? He ran out of metal for that. The windows are not in. Guess what? He probably put a deposit on those windows when he ordered them and didn't have the money to go pick them up. Soffits are not done. Guess what? He didn't have those on site. So another item that he didn't have the money to do. So what it looks like is he ran out of money. I had given him a payment that was supposed to get him through everything, and he spent it. So the good news is, you know, back in February, I was really concerned that I wasn't going to get to this point and that he was just going to disappear on me. So I managed to tolerate him for a number of weeks until he got it to this point. Now when I work the numbers, I feel pretty good about where I'm at. He thinks I owe him money. He hasn't told me that, but he had made a couple comments that he had his own money in this job. And frankly, I'm not buying it. He didn't do enough. So, but my feelings are, if I'm out, I'm not out much, and the relief of being done with him is a big relief. So I talked to another contractor. It's the guy that did the retaining wall for me. He does some work here for us, both Josh and I, and pretty cost effective and does good work. So he's going to start on this week. So all the materials are off site. So there's no chance that Brian can show up and start working again. I've taken everything so that there's nothing here for him to work on. So that's the update on the Garage Mahal, and a good weekend here in Southeast Ohio on the Habitat Oasis project. Thanks for joining. Have a good one.